Every year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the festival of the Passover. When he was 12 years old, they went up to the festival according to the custom. After the festival was over, while his parents were returning home, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem. But they were unaware of it. Thinking he was in their company, they traveled on for a day. Then they began looking for him among their relatives and friends. When they did not find him, they went back to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. Everyone who heard him was amazed at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. His mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." "Why were you searching for me?" he asked. "Didn't you know I had to be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he was saying to them. Then he went down to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. But his mother treasured all these things in her heart. And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man.
This year, the Feast of the Holy Family today literally comes one day after Christmas. And how appropriate. More than ever, our world needs to look to the little family, the Holy Family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, at the manger, in the home and the workshop, in Nazareth, and at the temple. Yes, the child was the Son of God, but Mary was his human mother, who truly carried him in her womb and gave birth to him in a stable. His earthly father was a simple, humble carpenter. Recall how Joseph tried so hard to find some suitable lodging for Mary about to give birth. Recall how he and Mary eventually followed the practice of their faith and took that baby Jesus to the temple to present him to the Lord. They would teach Jesus the faith and how to pray. As he grew up, we're told he grew up and was obedient to Mary and Joseph. They would eventually take him again to the temple, as we heard in today's gospel. They even lost him on the way home and were frantic, as sometimes parents are. Today, secular sources, sociologists, even sometimes political leaders speak of the breakdown of the family. Having worked with troubled youth for many years directing a runaway homeless youth shelter, I can attest to the reality of the breakdown of the family, the reality of so much dysfunction. Some, sad to say, as parents, don't share faith with their children. They may not even teach them how to pray. Sad, too, is that too often, for many reasons, parents just don't parent. They give up teaching their children, offering no limits, no expectations, no challenges, no appropriate discipline. Now, no family today can be the Holy Family of Bethlehem and Nazareth. Our secular, social media-ruled world seems to win. But we can try our best as families to look to the Holy Family for inspiration, for guidance. The simplest things are critical and necessary to build strong family life. Practicing and teaching and sharing faith with children is critical. Praying, worshiping together is truly a source of strength. You know, Jesus spending time with Joseph in that little workshop taught him so much. Even though Jesus probably got some splinters, probably hit his finger with a hammer a few times, and had to do the cleanup job. Parents need to spend time with their children, to listen, to share, to call them to task, to forgive, but always to teach their children in that forgiveness. Our world, the church, and all of us today have very different forms of family. Many single parents do an amazing job and struggle. So let's all be inspired by Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. We need to do our best with the situation and realities of our own unique family situation. In this holy season of celebrating the birth of Jesus, may he and Mary and Joseph inspire us and strengthen us and encourage us. St. Paul, in today's second reading, offers us some helpful qualities to work on. Heartfelt compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, bearing with one another, and forgiving one another. Years ago, my great aunt, a sister of St. Joseph, Sister Mary Canisius, always said this little prayer when we got into the car to travel. It's a great prayer for today's feast. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, be with us on our way.